What's going on, guys? And welcome back to Footy with an Edge. Inject it, Pep. Inject it. That's what I'm talking about, you bald fraud. 115 for what? 115 for what, man? What are we doing? Okay? Glory, glory, Man United. Inject that, bro. Inject that. All right, man. Dude, honestly, what a game. What a crazy game, boys. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did, dude, because I really enjoyed that. And honestly, who cares who was at the wheel, who's the manager? None of that matters. United won today, and that's what matters. And I've got this ratchet ass setup, so please bear with me as I deal with this. I can barely see what's going on my screen. It's going to go. Yeah. But yeah, guys, I can't believe it. That was crazy, man. And this is such a decent time for us to watch the game as well. But this is amazing, bro. Amazing. Andy, what? I was asleep. Wish I could join this reaction. GGMU. Honestly, should have been 5-0. I agree, man. Everyone's going crazy in the chat below. And honestly, what drama? Rafael says it. We've got everyone super happy, man. Dude, what a performance. Rishi, let's get you into the frame, bro. Rishi's here. We're watching it. We got Italian Rishi watching the game live with me. And dude, what a game, dude. What a game. What a game, dude. We honestly, our mom and my wife, both in the background, they were like, I don't know if I should be happy or like afraid. Because we could have probably tackled like a buffalo down. Honestly, that's how much energy we had in that stream, dude. What a game, dude. What a game. Rishi, give us your thoughts, man. What are your thoughts? Let's go.
My first thought is every time I think I'm out, this damn team finds a way to pull me back in, dude. Because what a game. That's one that'll rouse a dead man up. Crazy, crazy game. Like, what I enjoyed the most about this game was the fact that every single player turned up. Every single player turned up. Today, if you're giving player ratings, I think the player ratings start from 8 minimum, because each one of those guys, they gave their blood, sweat, and tears. They put in that work and they showed what United is all about, right? Yeah. So for me, that was the thing that makes me the happiest. Like, I don't care who the manager is, irrespective of the manager, the badge remains the same. The players should do exactly what they did today, and I'm so happy they did it.
Let's go, man. Let's go. Honestly, let's start talking about some of the players. Okay, first of all, the shape that I saw in the game today, it was a 4-4-2 defensively. That was very clear, right? It was Bruno at times with Mbumo up top, or it was Ahmad at times with Mbumo up top, and Bruno was the one on the right-hand side, right? I thought Diogo Dalot had a good performance today. I thought Casemiro was probably man of the match, dude. What do you think?
I agree.
Casemiro showed me something. That was Casemiro playing the Champions League final for Real Madrid, right? That Casemiro can go play for Real Madrid or PSG or any of the teams that go into the Champions League final this year. That performance from Casemiro, he can play in any team. And the fact that he can pull those performances out for the big games, that's what we need, man. Let's go. That's what I'm saying. Let's go, man. Rishi, give me thoughts on who else? Tell me about Mbumo.
Yeah, Mbumo, fantastic. What a cold finish by that man. You know, he's just come back from a big tournament. He's not played. He's not used to the intensity of the league for the past few weeks. But that man shows up, man. Like, crazy. Put in the work today. Very physical, cold finish. And in fact, I think each one of these players who turned up, right? Like, I think Dorgu, he looks like Eight Nori who? Yeah. Eight Nori what? Eight Nori who?
Dude, did I say it or did I say it about Patrick Dorgu, guys? Who wants to talk right now? And honestly, I was telling you guys, this guy with his duels, with his foul win rate, with his work rate, right? The way he uses his body, just everything he does at 21 years old to be that physically gifted and to make other like grown ass men in the Premier League look like kids. Right? Dorgu looks like he's had 10 years in the championship and he's coming in and being the James Tarkowski of left backs. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, Dorgu just makes everybody look like a kid and he's 21. Somebody check his birth certificate.
He had Semenyo locked down.
Yeah.
He had Semenyo locked down. 65 million pound player, looked like nothing. Brother, this isn't Exeter City. This is not Manchester City. This city belongs to United. Manchester is red. What a performance by each one of them, dude. Like, every single one. Bruno, Bruno, dude, like Bruno turned it up today. Like even all those disallowed goals for offside and whatever. How are we not 8-0, dude? How are we not 8-0? You know how that 3-0 loss against City earlier on in the season where we said that wasn't really a 3-0 performance? Dude, this isn't a 2-0 performance. This is more like an 8-0 performance, right?
8 8-0 like 8 Nuri, bro. Just saying. Let's go, man. Listen, 2 disallowed goals. Before that, Rishi actually had an errand to run, so he missed like the first 20 minutes of the game or something. When he showed up, he was like, "Oh, 0-0. That's great." I was like, "Bro, we should have been 3-0 up." And by the way, the Discord was flying today. I was loving that Discord engagement because I haven't done a freaking watch along, or I haven't watched a game without doing a watch along for like 7-8 games now, maybe even more.
Much longer.
Yeah, maybe yeah, a couple of months. So I was looking around. I was trying to find my second screen so I could react to something, and I realized I'm sitting not in front of a computer. Yeah, could have been 7, 2 or 3 disallowed. Oh yeah, the last one was a disallowed goal too. So we had 3 disallowed goals. Honestly, City looked pathetic today. Pathetic. You spent what, 65 million to go get the second best winger, the best winger in the league this season, right?
Yeah.
From a GA perspective. And that's what you had to show, bro. Dude, Pep honestly he better get some hard-hitting questions in the press today. He should get like the Amarim level of questions, right? Let's send Carl Anka. He probably asked him why Mainu's not playing in the City team.
Yeah. Guys, Pep was playing a back 5 at various points in the game. I don't know why he doesn't get the hard-hitting questions, and I'm not even saying like at the level of the 5-4, the 1-1-5 level of questions. Like basic shit that he's gotten wrong. He's dropped. I think this is his 3rd loss in the last 4 games, something like that. Like I think even Amarim didn't have it that bad. And guys, I'm not going back to Amarim because he was my favorite or I liked him as a coach or whatever. It's just how differently this club, our club, is treated compared to these other frauds that participate in the league, right? Like, where is the accountability for them? How has he spent close to 600 million pounds and he's still playing crap football? Like, where's this Pep Guardiola? He's a fraudiola at this point. Like, I don't know why we have to be compelled to play against a shit team like that. I want to judge Carrick for how good a coach he is. I want to play a good team. Like, don't bring this crap Manchester City team in front of me. Come on. Where the hell was Haaland, dude? Where the hell was Haaland? Like, Martinez, one of the unsung heroes of today's game. Not a lot of people are going to talk about him because he had Haaland on lockdown. You didn't see Haaland. That's why you don't see Martinez.
I'm telling you guys, the level of action that I saw from Martinez today. Let's also talk about Luke Shaw freaking skydiving, Olympic diving over the attacker to win a header, the second header that he won. Yeah, in the 90th minute, right? Luke Shaw was promised a few hot dogs after that game today, guys, and he's getting his vouchers worth. Okay, I'm telling you guys, that performance from Martinez, that entire backline, it was amazing.
Dude, how the hell are we not talking about Harry freaking Beckenbauer, bro? How are we not talking about Harry Beckenbauer? That man was insane today. He was immense. Dude, hats off to the guy. Give him the knighthood already. Like, arise, Sir Harry of Maguire. Dude, he was brilliant today. Like, everything. He won every single header there. He had almost a goal that went in. Like, a complete performance, dude. And we did that with a back 4. Imagine. We had like 4 people who were really on it. Dalo was brilliant. Like, I can't pick out a single person who started that game or came on as a substitute. Dude, for that matter, even Mateus Cunha, dude, he was on. He was on it.
Cunha today, by the way, for me, I could understand, this is going to sound strange, right? I could understand the dropping of Šeško because we weren't going to have a lot of possession today. And maybe, we just wanted to not give their center back some target man to stick by, right? And we had done this before. What was the other game we had done this in earlier this season? The Liverpool game. The Liverpool game, yeah. And even the Brighton game, did we start Šeško? We started Šeško. Yeah, we started Šeško. But, dude, my point is, honestly, let's talk about Michael Carrick, right? Because that's important. Michael Carrick today, the credit that he deserves more than anything else, because today, tactically speaking, we didn't do some masterclass. Let's be honest. City were not at it, But at the same time, how many times have we gone into games where other teams are not at it and we're kind of meandering and we don't really get ourselves over the line either, right? That has been a problem in the past for us. But today, give Carrick and the coaching staff credit because they made sure the players were up for it, right? They made sure that the players took this as a serious game. They didn't take this as, remember when we got Amarim, we didn't have a new manager bounce because the players, I mean, we had a different set of players. We still have like Hoyland. We had to start Xerxes and Bruno as a front three, whatever. We didn't have that new manager bounce. But now I can actually see we could have a new manager bounce because, listen, the players were already playing well. What have we been saying from the beginning of the season, Rishi? We've been saying that the players are underperforming, right? So all they needed to do was perform according to their level, and we could get to a much better position. So today we saw that from the team. We saw them doing something a lot better than what they have been doing, and that made a big difference for us. So they turned up, and give Carrick credit, right? Because it's like Darren Fletcher in the second game he managed against Brighton in the FA Cup. He made tactical mistakes. He tried to change things a little too much. Had he just stuck with what he did against Burnley, we probably have a better chance of going through in that game.
Right.
So Carrick, even though it was simple tactics, he got it right. He played the ball that we needed to play. Now against Arteta, we're going to face an 8 at the back set piece merchant team, right? We're likely to concede like 2 own goals or something like that, like the Wolves team that lost against them. So Rishi, walk me through the Dalot performance today because you missed the first 20 minutes. It was a little hit or miss, but just tell me what you liked about Diogo Dalot today.
I think with Dalot, it's always a question of, is he going to be switched on today? He has severe concentration issues, right? Like within the game and throughout the season. He's not consistent enough about being locked in. And Dalot, let's be fair, over the last 10 games, he's been one of our better performers. He's been locked in consistently. He's been physical, right? And let's be honest, he was kind of lucky with that Doku challenge, right? Because if that had been on one of our players, we would have been asking for that red. And if that's given red, VR does not overturn it.
Yeah.
It's one of those, right? Yeah. And he was lucky that way. He was totally turned on. And just like technically, like you said, the players have been playing well. You can't tell me that Carrick came in and within 2 training sessions, he taught them close control and how to pass the ball in tight spaces, right? Yeah. This is something that they've had. It's just that they were up for it. And Andy, remember when we were watching the game, you asked me which is the other game that we turned up for? It was the Liverpool game.
It was the Liverpool game. So this reminded me a lot of the, again, listen, guys, if you've been watching my content, I have moved on from Ruben Amorim making the case for him. Yeah, exactly. I've moved on from Ruben Amorim. This is nothing about Ruben Amorim, right? My point is earlier this season, because the players played earlier this season and now the same players are playing now. First of all, first game where we've had all our first team back. Look at the bench. We had so many fresh players to bring on. Cunha actually got a chance to sit on the bench and watch other players play. That's why he looked a lot better. But intensity-wise, we've seen this team turn it up for big games. We've seen them turn it up. Sunderland was a big game going into it. Yep. They were on fire to start the season. And even after playing us, they've beaten big teams, drawn against big teams. Even with the AFCON absences, they've had good results. Did they draw 1-1 against City?
They did.
Yeah, they did, right? So Sunderland was a big performance that we turned up for.
Yeah. Palace was a big game because we just lost to...
let me go in sequential order, right? Because we had Sunderland, then we played Liverpool, which was a huge game at Anfield. We hadn't won there in 10 years. And they got the job done. They turned up for that game, which, by the way, this was a very similar performance to that Liverpool game. Then Brighton at home was a big performance, arguably our best performance of the season outside of maybe this one now, right? And so big teams, we keep turning it up. Now the question is, can Carrick unlock us for the shit teams, right? And I'm looking at you, Arsenal, because they're going to play like prime Jose Mourinho ball against us. Because Arteta's watching this and he's shitting his pants. Is that game's at the Emirates? Yeah. So maybe that's our good, that may be a good chance for us to be like, okay, maybe they'll have more of the ball because it's at Emirates. So I actually think, guys, by the way, I predicted a 2-1 win in this game, Rishi. Let's go. I was one of the only ones predicting a win in this game.
The only one, yeah.
And I'm telling you guys, I was right about the first City game as well, because I thought they were going to sit back and counterattack us because they were coming off the back of 2 losses. And I thought the simplest thing Pep can do is just not give us the ball. And we're going to play with Ugarte in midfield and we're not going to know what to do. So Rishi, do you think it's time maybe we bring some of the callers in and have a discussion with them?
Yeah. Let everyone join in on the fun.
Yeah, let's
go through the super chats first. There are a bunch
Yeah,
of super
sure.
chats. Let's go through the super chats.
Just here. So Shaylin said it's Carrick, hard to believe it's not Scholes. That's the chant. Sorry, I butchered that. My bad. That Mbumo goal reminded me of the Ronaldo Rooney Tevez does insane counterattacking goal. Yes, absolutely. Also, the way Mbumo just smashes it into the back of the net. It's so satisfying to see that left-footed finish. You know what I mean? Like left-footed. If you guys are cricket fans, we're gonna lose some people here. But you know how left-footed, left-handed batsmen just look more elegant, right? So the left-footed, left-footed players also look nicer when they shoot.
By the way, didn't that come from a Maguire clearance too?
I think it did, yeah.
From in the build-up,
And Pradyum Nads says Button Scholes need to apologize to Licha. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. And list of people Button Scholes need to apologize to: Licha, Carrick, Holland, Woodgate, Evans, the entire United family. By the way, that's not Button Scholes. There's Keane in there as well. Because Keane was going after Lisa Carrick, bro, for something she did 12 years ago. Yeah.
Really?
In the overlap episode, he mentioned Lisa Carrick, that his wife likes to talk or something like that.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Anyway, that guy can hold a grudge, so respect. respect.
Okay, there's I'm getting
there's one more super chat. Hold on. Plug Scope 3007 says too much excuses to discredit Carrick. There's a tactical formation and sub improvement. No, hold on. We're not making excuses, bro. I said for Carrick, he kept it simple. I thought the players kept it simple as well, like the touches and everything, right? Touch and move was very simple. Give Carrick his credit. I'm not here to take any credit away from Carrick, bro. That was an amazing performance from him, given that he had, 2 days?
2 days.
2 days to get that up, right? And I'm just saying the players have shown us the propensity to show up for big games, even when we've been crap, right? So that's the only thing I'm saying. Like, if we can see this performance against a Fulham, right? Or even a Brentford's above us or was above us, but they kind of, they're a team that gives us the ball, right? So if we can see this against a team that gives us the ball, then I'm like, damn, okay, he's really building something that I haven't seen before. So give him credit for today. Now I think against Arsenal, the expectation will be to at least get a point, right, Rishi?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So Thomas Lean says United fans in Norway going insane, right? Bro, United fans all over the world going insane. I'm here in India, bro. This is me and him. You think this is a hologram?
I'm on the Jersey Shore, by the way.
Yeah, this is the Italian Rishi. But okay, let's get people in, bro.
Yeah.
Let's get Ash in. Ash, how we doing, brother?
Buzzing, man, buzzing. That was a big game. I've got egg on my face because I predicted we would lose, but it's never felt better to have.
Brother, do you remember my prediction? I don't know if people remember my prediction.
Yeah. I remember.
Let's
you called
go, man.
it, so credit where it's due. By the way, I don't know if you guys can see my shirt, but you see the name on the back?
Maguire. Harry
might be the only guy who bought a Maguire shirt.
Yep. So I had a feeling this morning when I put it on, and I'm glad that it's come off. Absolutely buzzing, guys. What a performance.
Honestly, someone could say that Maguire deserves man of the match, and I would not go to correct him because there were so many key performances. Tell us about Maguire today.
Dude, the first half, I think Silva tried to bully him, and he just threw him into the Stretford end. That was amazing.
that was what Button Scholes were talking about, Licha and Holland.
Yeah.
Maguire did that to freaking Bernardo Silva.
Yeah. But dude, that set the tone, I think. The minute they saw him do that, they were like, okay, these guys are not here to just, pass it around and hope for a counter. They're here to play. And that was the positive part for me. They were really trying to play.
By the way, Ash, it was 2.03 XG to 0.36 or 0.45 for City. And seriously, like all this talk about Pep being one of the best coaches in the world, how the hell does he keep getting out executed by a team that's supposed to be shit, by a coach that's supposed to be, good enough for the championship? And I've seen some comments here, bro. Where am I being negative about Carrick? Carrick did a great job today. The defense. What I'm trying to say is the tactical instructions to the team weren't something crazy, right? It was kind of keep it simple, keep our defensive shape, and our box defending was really strong. This is what I said in the previous, in the match preview as well, one of the previous streams that we did, where I said with Carrick's high PPDA system where he doesn't press so much, what he's going to do is we're going to stay deeper and have a lot more box defending to do. And what did we see today? We saw Luke Shaw turn up and be excellent in the box. We saw Dallo when he went up against Doku. He did the job most of the time, right? You're not going to win all your duels against Doku. Doku's one of the best dribblers. And then Maguire and Martinez, they were elite today.
Oh yeah.
And guess what? Guess what, guys? Kobe Mainu had a good game.
He turned up.
Kobe Mainu turned up.
I'll be honest.
Physically, he was really good today. He won his duels. Every time someone was coming, in his shadow, in his blind spot, he knew exactly what to do, take the touch in the right direction and move forward. So honestly, it was amazing. And
all around, everyone was on it today, which is great to see from a fan's perspective. Moments of quality all around. I think there wasn't a single moment, maybe some here or there, but on a happy day, you just look past that and you look at the positives. And we will be buzzing for Arsenal, man. Like, bring it on now.
Yeah. Ash, give us a man of the match. I'll keep it moving.
The name on my back, dude. The name on my back.
Yeah, let's go.
For me, that's
let's go. All right, Ash. Let's go, brother. Let's go. All right. Let's get Joel into the show. Joel,
hi.
How we doing, brother?
Awesome.
You got to show me more emotion than that, bro. Come on.
No, the thing is,
let me see that.
I knew it that we were gonna do something, because the way that the players that they were missing in the back, already knew like we're gonna do something, because they have a hard time like playing from the back. And when I saw Kuzanov, I was like, because even though he's been better this season, but he's not like Ruben Diaz of whatever. So
yeah. No, it was more Max Elaine though. Actually, Max Elaine was the weak link, because Kusanov was he was the last man. He was showing pace to get back and defend.
Fast,
and dude, honestly, that should have been 5-0.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, because it's the same like 3-0 game that we lost in the beginning of the season. We could have win this game also 3-0, 4-0.
Oh, we did more in this game than City did against us in the first game.
That's true.
But that tells you a lot of the luck we've been having this season, right? Other teams, they shoot any of their chances, they just go into the net. Whereas the stuff we do is kind of like, not sometimes going in, sometimes not. Because that was honestly a game where from 2xG we should have had 4 goals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right, the Brighton game, Rishi, if you remember, we had like 1.7 something XG.
We had 1.9 or 2, close to that, and we scored 4 goals. Yeah. And even in this game, for all the offside disallowed goals, right, bro? That's add chalk up another XG, a whole XG for that, maybe 2 or 3 goals that were offside.
And they were also, by the way, the goals that were disallowed because of offside, they were from they beat the keeper, so they would be super high XG chances. We would have had like 4 XG in this game and 4 goals.
And the Casemiro clearance also, that's a goal usually. Like
90% of the time, that's goal. That one. Yeah,
but absolutely. At least that's going to be high XG.
Yeah, that's a high XG chance. Yeah. So, Donnarumma, I thought he was going to have one of those games where, the goalie denies us a deserved victory. But yeah, dude, today I am more Italian than Donnarumma. X got faced 1.96, post-shot XG 1.96, goals prevented minus 0.04. So he had an okay performance on balance, I guess. But crazy. Joel, give us a man of the match.
I would say Lisandro, or it has to be Maguire, one of the two, because it's a big difference, like playing with 2 like proper like first team defenders, because most of the season we play with Yoro and Heaven. That's a huge difference, right, compared to what we have now, I would say. So
absolutely. Good shout, Joel. I guess
Joel, thanks for the shouts, man. If you want to come back in for the panel later in a bit, stick around. But what time is it in Belgium right now?
It's 4 p.m. almost.
4 p.m. All right, sweet, cool, man. Thanks, Joel. We'll see you around.
Yep.
All right, let's bring Habil Adam to the show. Habil, how you doing?
I'm fine. Long time no speak. Last time I came up with
you in the Discord though, so nice to see you active in the community.
Last time I came up to one of these was probably the Chelsea game, so that was about 4 months ago now. So it's been a while.
We were doing Discord call-ins at the time. What time is it in
Yeah. It's been that long. But yeah, Dog was my man of the match. Very impressive. He helped out Shaw quite a lot. Bruno Fernandes, 2 offside GAs, an assist, and defensively was actually solid in my opinion. Kobe Main was much better compared to the Brighton game. Cunha, when you saw today, if he passes, he's actually going to get you the GA. 2 assists in what was it, 20 minutes?
Yeah.
And then
Also,
the unsung heroes.
also, he came in super fresh. You know, you saw the difference when he came on.
Yeah.
Because usually he has the stamina to last a full 90, but if he's got the first 20 stamina in the last 20 minutes against tired legs,
Yeah,
makes him-
unstoppable.
yeah.
Yeah. Ahmad today showed why he's our best winger by a mile. And I think the 3 unsung heroes of today were Shaw, Lika, and Mags. When I saw the lineup, I woke up a bit late, so it was probably about 10 minutes into the game, 15 minutes into the game, because I overslept. I was a bit concerned considering these two played together under Eric Ten Hag, and we we lost more than we won, shall we say? So I was a bit concerned, but after that Bernardo and Maguire incident, where Maguire let it run out of play, I was I can get behind this. And Shaw was just immense, right at the end, 90 plus minutes. He's
he's
towering
jumping over people, dude,
He's
just to win the ball.
jumping over people. And this is
Crazy.
him playing 90 minutes. So very, very solid. Casemiro went under the radar, but yeah, another solid performance in my
Bro,
opinion.
no, what do you mean under the radar, bro? I don't know which radar you were using, because Casemiro for me was like man of the match, honestly, because it's not because, listen, we had amazing performances all across the board, but Casemiro in so many points. I saw him do 2 interceptions within the same minute to keep the pressure on City. He won the ball once in our own half, played the perfect pass in behind. Then somebody lost the ball and they were trying to go on a counterattack against us, and wins the ball again, keeps the pressure on City. How many times did he do that today?
I think the eyes today will be on Dorgu, Bruno, Ahmad, and Mbumo mainly. But yeah, Casemiro definitely deserves a shout in my opinion.
Amazing.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He was under the radar a bit compared to those 4. And
I agree.
Lika locking up Haaland once again as well. Good to see. Some things never change, regardless of the manager.
Yeah. What? So go on. Tell us. Tell us how confident you are now for the Arsenal game.
Honestly, United is one of those games where you don't know what you'll expect until the day itself. I want to see more of today, but I just can't have any expectations because honestly, it'll just let myself down. It's one of those.
Come on, bro. You can have a bit more energy. Be a bit more delusional. We just won 2-0, bro.
It's 3-0. I think we'll
3-0.
2-1. 2-1 to us. 2-1 to us.
All right.
Penalty,
cool.
Bruno Pen and Cunha to score.
Let's go, man. Habil, I'll keep it moving. All right. Thanks for chiming in, man.
Cheers.
All right. See ya. Raphael, how we doing?
Tony Craft, what a game!
Tony Craft, yeah, what a game!
I can't believe it. You can't.
Raphael's got
this club runs me up and down
from the 3-2 win.
Yeah.
Huh?
You remember we won 3-2 against City at the Etihad a few seasons ago, and Pogba had the blue hair at the time.
Oh no, that's nice to be compared to Pogba. What a game!
What a game!
This club is drags me up and down. Same as you guys. Sometimes I want to quit. They pull me back in. I want to quit.
It's like it's
story of my life.
It's ecstasy and agony at the same time.
Yeah,
absolutely, agony and ecstasy. Absolutely amazing. I mean I haven't smiled watching United play. I haven't for a long. Maybe the Lyon game, Liverpool. I mean, why can't we play like that every week? That's what I'm thinking. That's our problem, isn't it? With this kind of moment, still this moment's team. One match will absolutely turn it on. I want us to do that every week.
Yeah, no, absolutely spot on. And pleases me a lot, Raphael, is to see a player like Patrick Dorgu perform so well, not just perform well, but be one of those players that's willing to put his team on the back every single game, right? And we talk so much about United DNA. Why isn't someone like Patrick Dorgu performing well considered part of United DNA? Because he's a young player, right, who's just come through. Just because he wasn't part of the youth team doesn't mean he's not a young player that's doing well, right? He's also part of United DNA. Rishi, your thoughts on this?
Yeah, and we are not like we are not uh, asking for more built on the hard work of players who respected the badge. And Dorgu, I'm just so happy. I think he's one of my players of the season so far, because
Absolutely, yeah.
he's been here, I believe, last January, and he must have hardly completed 365 days in Manchester. And the way he came in, he's done a complete 180, right? He's one of the most, if we continue with this 4-2-3-1 or a 4-4-2, he's a permanent fixture on that left wing, Andy.
Yeah, absolutely. For me, like left wing, left back, right wing, right? Either of those three positions, Dorgu has to be one of the first names on the team
And
sheet.
today he finishes that goal from a centre forward's position. So
also a center forward finish, not just a center forward position. That was a center forward's finish. Rafael, tell me who is your man of the match today?
I knew you were going to ask me that. My man of the match is the team. That was what I've never seen this. It's so long since I've seen this fight from the beginning to the end. And when Harry Maguire, who I criticised a lot in the past, when he hit the post, I thought, oh no, kept going right the way through. Even when City at certain moments were pushing us. It's incredible performance.
Yeah.
So the team. There's no one player here.
Yeah, that's awesome. Guys, some people are saying is cutting out. I don't know if it's for the whole stream. Is it just Rafael? Think about what voice are the issues coming from? Help
Can
us
you hear me?
try. Yeah, your video for me is just cutting out a little bit, but I can still hear you properly.
Thai internet.
Marbandari says lag. If you guys can tell us who is lagging, is it the whole stream or is it just one of us? That would be helpful. But anyways, Rafael, I'll keep it moving. We've got tons of people waiting. Bring you back in when we're talking. Thanks, Rafael. Let's bring in our brother Chinaz. You're muted. Landry, you're muted.
Hey, hi. What's up, guys?
What's up, man? What's up?
Andy's looking. I'm sorry, Rishi's looking swole. Do my eyes deceive me?
Rishi's looking what?
He's looking swole. Like, has he been here in the gym?
I went to the gym this morning.
Oh yeah, I can see the post pump. Yeah.
I turned around the team in one day. I turned myself around in one day.
yeah.
Rishi's also got the New York City bouncer look.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. No, like bouncer with like secret roots in the Albanian mafia.
That's New Jersey. Rishi hasn't been to New York City, so I'll tell him later.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm gonna be, because in times like these, I feel like we need someone to drop a bit of truth bombs. So I'm gonna be the one to take I want to be happy. I am happy that we won. It's always great to see United win. The mirror missed. I almost broke my TV. It's not like I don't feel for Glade INEOS out. Seen this before. We've seen it under Ollie. We've seen it under Carrick when he came back and for 3 games he beat Arsenal or Chelsea or whatever. We've seen this same script before. These players will turn up for games like this. Like, this is nothing new. If we need a result, we need to sit back, dig in, and get a result against the big team that gives us space to play. We can do that. That is not our problem. That has never been our problem. It is 1 step forward, 3 steps back. So what I want to see from this game is people accepting, taking all the emotion of the win and taking all that in. Yes, enjoy it, but don't lose guard of the fact that this is a cycle. It's a loop, and the more time you spend in the loop, the less you realize you're in the loop. So Glazers out, INEOS out. We should have never place where we had to sit back against City and all 71% possession in the first half, all that kind of stuff, just to get a result. We should have been outplaying them if they had built this team properly. I don't know. That's what I'm.
Landre, I hear you, and well said. Someone needs to drop the truth bombs. I guess right now we want to focus on the positives of that performance, and when we do the panel later on, right? And I hope you'll hang around. When we do the panel later on, we'll go deeper into where the club is at. Just very real quick, tell me who was your man of the match today?
Man of the match, I have two men. My first man of the match, obviously, Bruno El Magnifico, Capitan, Bomba. Osama bin Bruno, call him. Gets that ball, he sees his target, boom. You know what I'm saying? My second man of the match, also more controversial, is Ruben Amorim. Because if these owners had had their will, they would have never won this game. So,
yeah.
that'd be controversial.
Where Landre just put his utensils down, but
I am cooking too.
Yeah. We've seen Landre's like, what's that movie, the Jim Carrey movie, dude, where he's like inside a fake world.
Oh, Truman Show.
Truman Show. We get to see Landre show all the time. He's like, now he looks like he's just come back from a construction site.
He looks like CJ from GTA, bro.
Bro, with the white beater.
Yeah. All right. Let's go. I'm surprised you didn't bring up your Nigerian brother, bro.
Chinaza. Yes, I forgot. Patrick Chinaza Ekpere, say his name right. Dorgu. Yeah. We've seen it. We knew he just needed to get into it. He always had the physicality to play with the big boys.
Bro.
He just needed to get into it. And Amorim, obviously, I don't want to make this about Amorim, but Amorim playing him on the right wing, that goal against Newcastle, straight confidence booster, and he's playing to the level we know to play at. I'm expecting more from him, and I think if he keeps up this performance, he's solidifying that position, and he can go for Nuno Mensch. He can go at him. If he keeps doing this. Yeah.
All right, brother. I'll keep it moving. I'll the other folks in, but if you want to stick around,
absolutely.
Yo, where's Rishi, man? Where's Nelson? Where's Ed? We need to hear from some of these brothers, some of the regulars. Let's bring on RJ though. RJ, how you doing?
Great. I'm just watching the match. It was.
Let's go, man. Is that a jersey I see on you? It's on the back.
No one.
Okay.
Blank.
So the whole team. Give us your man of the match.
Definitely Bruno. No other contender. And Dorgu, for sure. Like, he ran all over the place. I think all the play, especially in the midfield today, it was great. Like, really enjoyed it.
Is it still lagging, guys? I don't know. Let me see. Looks like the internet is poor. Stream is still lagging. Scolds and Buck got served. Okay. Bye. RJ, can you still hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly.
Okay. Give me a second.
Yeah.
You can't switch internet to a different internet. Otherwise, there's a chance that the stream gets disconnected. So we'll figure it out for the next game, I guess. But for now, we have to deal with this. Maybe it's something I need to lower the bit rate. See if I can do something. But
new in a way, And probably like looking at other games, especially not even Arsenal, like the games against oppositions that play low block, that would be more of a judge of the fact like
Go
how good
Arsenal.
Carrick is.
Oh, Arsenal.
No, not Arsenal. I am kind of negating that game. We are probably not gonna win it, but still, like some like a West Ham or a Wolves or other games would be much more of a clear kind of judge of how this season is going to go.
RJ, it's a very interesting point you bring up, and this happens every time we play a big team because the boys show up for it, and then we are like, why does this always keep happening? And this has been happening for the last 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
So, do you have a hypothesis why this keeps happening?
This basic game with Ole, when you remember, like we won, I think like 1-0 or 2-0 suddenly, and we actually looked way better. We had low possession, we had a lot of shots, we definitely were better. And you know, like how that went later on, especially
Right.
like playing against game with people with like kind of like a low block. And yeah, we have a perfect team for playing counter attack, but it doesn't suit with teams who always sit back. And
Right.
that is the problem we have been trying to solve for almost, I would say, like 12 or 13 years.
So it's a squad issue,
And
right? It's a squad build
it's
issue.
a squad issue. You can call it like a tactical issue. I'm not even like sure. It's a problem that's been unsolved for almost 10 years. But let's
Yeah.
see how it goes. It's a hope every time. But let's see how this one goes.
Right. So, RJ, tell me who's your man of the match?
Bruno and Dorgu. I think Dorgu is really improving. He had a lot of criticism because, especially with Amorim, he used to run back, but now he's producing some end product. So I
Right.
would definitely like Dorgu has been like the biggest improver this season, according to
Right.
me.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, good shout there, RJ. I'm just if you want, please hang around for the for later when we bring the panel on. I'm
Sure.
going to bring Rav Bro on, and thank you, RJ, for your opinion.
How's it? How's it?
Hey, Rav, how's it going?
All good, buddy. How you doing, Rishi?
I'm just elated, bro, and kind of pissed off because I was almost out, man. I was out. I almost, but this team delivers a performance like that and pulls me right back in. Tell me how you feeling, how you been feeling in the last few weeks, and what does that performance do to you as a fan?
Um, I can really agree with what you're saying. I had become despondent. I was watching Man United content with a I would say with a mild heart. Like I had no emotion for Man United. I was just watching it out of obligation. You know, the past, especially the games under Fletcher, I was watching them because like my heart wouldn't let me do any other thing. But then I wrote down some things about today's performance, which really gave me hope. Um, the first thing I wrote was this a Moments FC performance? It felt like it, but it
Hmm.
didn't look like it. It felt like it, but it didn't look like it. It didn't
Can you
look like.
elaborate on that? When you say it didn't look like it, what did we used to do earlier, which made you look like which made us look like a Moments FC performance, and today why did it not look like a Moments FC performance?
Dalo's enthusiasm is Moments FC, and then the rest of the Dalo was like, yeah, I'm out here. You know what I mean? Like you can see he's really
Yeah.
psyched up for the game. And then the other guys were just calm. They were there to play football and to win a football match, And it made me wonder, is Carrick's balanced emotional state going to be the um biggest boost we're going to get from having him as the interim / caretaker coach?
You think Amarim was too
Because
emotional?
I think just from watching that performance today, like Dalo, no one was happy with Dalo's performance, and you could just see like he put in a very Amarim like performance, in my opinion. You know what I mean? He was good sometimes, maybe 20% of the time. He was lucky to be on the pitch, and I just felt like the players had a calm control. It looked like we had 11 Carricks on the pitch. That's the kind of thing. But then now, how is it going to be when we're playing against Fulham? You understand me? Are we going to have that hubris, arrogant like performance that we've seen from the team before? against Fulham, where they feel like they should be winning. The commentary around the match is Man United should be winning this match. It's Fulham. It's a Fulham side. Man United should be winning. So it's going to be interesting to see, because we know we're going to pull up trees against Arsenal. We're definitely going to bring our A game there. And then Mainu versus Amorim. My heart was sore when Amorim got sacked, right? Just purely because like the guy didn't get sacked for performances. He didn't get sacked for results. All right. But then I was happy that Mainu was going to start playing. And today Mainu showed why he should have been playing this whole time, why Bruno should have been in the 10, why Cunha or Mbemu are a waste of money this season, because we have Ahmad. Ahmad showed that he's irreplaceable on that left wing.
Right,
on that right wing, sorry. And I was disappointed not to see Šeško start, but I feel like Mbemu and Ahmad really did well. They really they really created some lovely opportunities, some lovely runs. And Mainu, I love Mainu. I was Amorim in, but I was more Mainu must play. I was definitely more Mainu must play. It just doesn't make sense. He showed today he runs faster than Casemiro. He tackles as good as, not as good as Casemiro, but he tackles good. He passes good. He knows how to control the tempo. And I feel like that midfield performance today was in the defense. My man of the match is someone in the defense. Anyone in the defense, give me Maguire and Martinez and Shaw, and I'm happy. With those guys as our man of the match. We kept a clean sheet against one of the most dangerous attacks in the league. So for me, that's like a big plus, and one of them deserves man of the match. Shaw was exceptional today.
Well said, Rav. I'm just gonna bring the next person in. Thank you for your man of the match shout. If you hang around,
thank you, my brother. Yeah, definitely.
We'll bring you back in.
Definitely.
Right? Yeah, I think Muhammad, was.
We've got No Man's Sky Clippy waiting for a while. We'll get him in. Hey, No Man.
It's Carrick, It's Carrick, Hard to believe it's not Scholes. It's Carrick,
Let's go, man. Let's go. We just got a super chat here. Hold on, No Man. Devo66 says DNA. Players bled today for badge. Real DNA. Absolutely, man. And honestly, the fan base, you can tell the fan base is divided when the freaking class of 92 and all the legends are divided. Gary Neville saying one thing, Paul Scholes and Nicky Butt saying another thing. Roy Keane going after Carrick.
Don't even get me started on Paul Scholes and Nicky Butt. Man, that overlap clip where I think both of them were saying that Haaland will basically pick up Lisandro Martinez like a baby. What are you talking about? Lisandro Martinez sent Haaland to the bench. Cherky was out there. Cherky was saying that he's going to kill United. What did he do? Nothing.
He couldn't even kill a fly today.
Now, the only player who I think actually had who actually can say that, hey, I did my job, was actually Donnarumma. Because if Donnarumma wasn't Donnarumma, if there was anyone else on goal, we would have won 5-0.
Yeah,
we would have easily won 5-0. And first of all, I was very much skeptical that why isn't Sesko starting today? He has scored three goals in 2 games. He's getting back his form. Put him in there, see what happens. But then I thought that, hey, Sesko tends to drop deep and tends to help with the build-up. And the problem is that Kusanov and the other guys will basically mark him. You have Rodri marking him. Then where is the attacking output? But man, Casemiro, man, he did not look like he was 34.
Yeah.
He looked like 30 at max. He did not look like 34.
That Casemiro, I would allow to play for 2 more years.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? But the problem is we see that Casemiro once every 10 games.
He's my man of the match.
Yeah, let's go. That's
Yeah,
what. That's who we gave it to as well.
Man, and the thing is, Dallo, to be fair, Dallo, in my opinion, had a meh game, but again, for me, a good game of Dallo isn't exactly a good game. For me, a good game from Dallo is don't make mistakes. Please don't make mistakes. That is, and not only that, both of our fullbacks got early yellow cards, and still somehow Dorgu and Semenyo did not ran through the defense. Somehow, how did that happen?
Yeah. No, honestly, our whole defense, the box defending was elite today. And honestly, the midfield performances were good. Kobe Mainu, I thought, took his chance for the first time this season. Rishi took his chance for the first time this season, and I'm chuffed for him. I've said this before, guys. I have no attachment to Ruben Amorim. People keep thinking we're cult for Amorim and all that. Sam Worthington has got nothing to say now because honestly, like, I just want United to win, man. If Carrick can get us 40 points from these 17 games, just like he did for Middlesbrough in the first season that he went there, why wouldn't I be happy about that? Of course I'd be happy. Honestly, if Carrick gets us third or fourth, I would personally maybe even want him to get a year's extension, right? Because we're not going to win the league, guys. Newsflash. Project 150 isn't going to happen. It doesn't just happen overnight. The Premier League is way too competitive for that to happen, right? So I would be okay. Just give him another season, see how he does. And because we know he's like a United man and we're going to trust him and keep him on longer, he doesn't need a 3-year contract for the players to believe in him, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's the type of person you can potentially think about something like that. But that's us getting ahead of ourselves. That was just me showing you guys I have faith in whoever gets the job done. It doesn't matter if its name is Carrick or whatever, like Carrickinho, you know, Brazilian.
Ragnick, or Moyes.
Yeah, anybody,
we do not care.
whoever can get the job done, right? So, Noman, I'm going to keep it
At
moving,
the end
brother.
of
There's
the
a lot
day,
of people
3
waiting.
points.
What's that?
3 points at the end of the day. That's the
Yes.
main thing, and not only that,
Yes.
Derby clean sheet. Okay,
Let's go, man.
Goodbye.
Let's go. Yeah, thank you, brother. All right, let's bring in the INEOS merchant here. Are you
It's
driving, Sheila?
Carrick, you know. Hard to believe it's not Skulls. Let's go, boys. What
Let's
a
go.
win.
Come on.
Fantastic. As you know, I'm driving, but look, my man of the match on this one, Lissandro Martinez, sat all those haters down.
Let's
Okay?
go. Let's
And
go.
he proved why he is a short king, and he put Holland inside of his pocket and said, "Little boy, stay there. Stay there." Not a single shot in my mind that was anything convincing from City. We could have had 5 goals. Honestly, to me, that was a 5-0 victory. The post and we're the goalpost and we're gonna have some conversations later because you need to start doing some things, you know, where you let the ball actually go in when it's Manchester United playing. But that being said, oh shoot, my bad. That being said, what a game, what a win. Happy with the 3 points. And it's not about any manager talk or nothing. Everyone better shut up for Arsenal because Carrick's in charge. It's not Ollie's at the wheel anymore. It's Carrick. Let's go, boys. Out.
By the way, Carrick's already beaten. By the way, Carrick's already beaten Arsenal once as United manager.
By the way, there's 2 buttons here, so just watch out.
Carrick's already beaten Arsenal as United manager once. It was a 3-2 at Old Trafford back when Ollie was fired. So I have hopes for this game coming up. We have Muhammad joining us. Hi, Muhammad. How are you doing?
Hi, Andy. Hi, Rishi.
Are you excited about the game, bro? Excited about the result? Tell me.
I cannot even express how happy I am today.
Let's go. Let's go.
I was even given money. That's how
What's
happy
that?
I am. I was even given money. like money.
Oh, giving money.
Oh,
To,
okay.
yeah.
Oh, really happy.
That's how happy I am today.
Nice. That's
When
awesome.
did you, Mohammed, when did you start believing that we could get a positive result today? Like, at what point in the game did you get that feeling?
After Diogo Dalot just escaped that red card, that's when I started.
Yeah.
Good shout, good shout.
Good shout. Okay.
That's when I know definitely maybe there might be something we might be able to get from that game. I was so happy.
Yeah. So
Man,
you got a sign from the footballing gods when that wasn't a red card.
yeah, but what I'm willing to say is that shout out to Man United. Guardiola get from last January to this January, he got 12 players. And he cannot do anything with those players. 12 signings. Just imagine United with 4 or 5 signings. How would we be able to play?
500 million he spent, by the way.
More. Maybe
Oh.
more.
Yeah. And because there's under the table, they're probably giving him
No, I mean,
a few.
Semenyo and then Gehi, that takes it over 500 million. It's probably close to 600 now. More than
Yeah,
600.
yeah, and then and the wages. Let's not forget the wages, because both Semenyo and Gehi, I think they're getting something like 300K, close to that, right? So
Yes.
that's the amount of spending. And Muhammad, we can't
Yes.
spend 30 million on Ederson, bro.
That's one thing about our owners. Are very incompetent.
Rishi, I'm just thinking back now. How many games did we draw this season that we could have won with just a little bit more quality? Because let's be honest, it's not that like these players, if they play like this every week, we'll get top 4 this season.
Yeah.
Right? But they don't. We know they can't play consistently. We can't watch this game and just be like, oh, you know what? From now, we're going to win the next 16 games. Because as well as we played today, we can beat any team. Right?
Yes, absolutely.
And City were bad, but we also made them look much worse than they were.
Honestly,
we
yes.
attacked their center backs because their center backs was the weakness today. Max Elaine specifically, he was looking like a schoolboy, like he was looking like a youth team player, and we attacked him today. Right? I think Aiden Heaven in that defense for the City defense makes it much more difficult for us, right? So Max
Yes.
Elaine, same age type of player, same profile type of player, wasn't able to get it done. So that's my point. Like we're making them look bad when we bring the intensity into games. And that was the same thing that was happening under Ruben Amorim as well, right? Where if we came into the game with a lot of intensity, the other teams got scared. They looked like they couldn't match up.
Yeah. So, Mohammed, real quick, tell me who your man of the match is.
I think Casemiro, Bruno, I don't even know who to choose because all of them play really well today.
Yeah, Rafael
All
gave
of
a good shout. He said the entire team is the man of the match, and I think you kind of echo his sentiments here. I'm gonna go on and bring the panel right now because we are almost an hour into the show. I'm gonna bring on
Yes.
RJ and I'm gonna bring on Landre.
I
Guys,
just
I just have a question here. Sorry, Mohammed, did you have something else you wanted to add?
I said, just imagine United team with Semenyo up front. He made the wrong choice of him going to City. He
No,
should
but
have
I
come
don't
to
want to
Man United.
imagine because Semenyo looked like, dude, he can only perform against an Exeter or he can only perform in cup games. Semenyo looked bad today. Like he didn't have any forward. And he's had a lot of these games. So call it like sour grapes or whatever. But I'm not.
I told y'all I didn't want Semenyo. I said it. That my problem is Semenyo. He gets goals, but apart from his goal getting, what else does he offer? And that was always be my problem with Semenyo. Semenyo is better.
No,
as
I think
as a
so.
winger.
I slightly disagree with Rishi's take on Semenyo for today. I'll tell you why. Because somebody said the only guy in the City team earning his wages was Donnarumma. I actually think Semenyo was their best outfield player today, right? Because and that's not to say he was amazing. It's just that's how bad the City team was, right? I think they're because Rodri had a bad game. The center backs had a bad game. I don't even know who their fullbacks were. I didn't see them once, right? And Doku was, playing against Dalot and didn't have the game of his life. So,
I think Pep did some bit of overthink. I know Pep has this very crazy ability to overthink in a lot of games, especially
just on the sidelines. He's
yeah,
doing the hands.
For some reason, and I think starting Rico Lewis, leaving Reinders on the bench when he knows our midfield is kind of weak. It was he did it.
Also, bro, where was Phil Foden?
Yeah, Foden. Top 4 Iniesta.
Where was Phil Foden? Bernardo
Yeah.
Silva was useless. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Semenyo was actually trying to do stuff.
No,
He got a
I
left-footed shot. He drew on the right wing as well, right? He was doing stuff. It didn't come off today,
Yeah.
but he was at least trying stuff. Whereas the other players, there was nothing happening. Haaland looked like the worst player on the pitch today, by the way.
that's the problem with Haaland. I think Thiago would have probably have looked better than Haaland because at least he has some build-up play capacity, and that's why I have so much belief in Šeško. This is a segue because Šeško has everything else apart from that attack finishing instinct that I think he can learn, right? And if he gets to any just slight smidgen of Haaland's finishing, everything else he has in his game, he becomes almost an equal player. It's a crazy opinion, but if Haaland had Šeško's build-up play, then Haaland probably be better today.
No, I agree. I think Šeško has the feet
Yeah.
that Haaland can only dream of. But what Haaland has, Haaland makes up for the lack of a touch, the lack of dribbling skills and all that in the aggression that he brings to the game, in the confidence that he brings to the game. And Šeško is nowhere near Haaland's level in that, right? That's what, like, Haaland is so good at that aspect of the game that's the thing that makes him world class, that makes him one of the best in the world. Whereas if Šeško gets even half of that with the other skill set that he has for 6'5", to have that clean feet, to have good balance, to have that speed, if he can get even half of what Haaland has, he's probably at Haaland's level because of all the other skills that he has.
Yeah,
Don't mind me, guys. Just doing Larry things over here.
Landry, watching you is like watching an episode of The Sims, like the game Sims, right? Like you never know what everyday
Watching the guy
activity
live
Landry
his
is going
life.
to engage in.
Yeah, one of these days you're gonna get us canceled, bro. We're gonna catch you in the wrong.
Okay, pause. No, I'll never do that.
I just feel that, guys, we have to address the elephant in the room, which is the board, right? Is you guys think there's a chance they look at the performance today and say, oh yeah, the coach was always the problem, we never needed more players in the squad? I think that's the big question we have to answer right now. RJ, I want to bring you in on this. What do you think? Do you think there is appetite in the board? They're going to do something in the 13 days or 14 days left in the market? RJ, we can't
hear you.
we can't hear you. No.
Let's take it to Mohammed.
Yeah, Mohammed, I'm going to bring you in now. You think we're going to do something in the January transfer window?
I think so. I think maybe now Carrick will be able to tell them that maybe he might need a player that he has in his previous, which is Hayden Hackney. So possibly they might be able to.
That's going to be, Mohammed. That's not going to be a January deal though, because the problem is he's one of the best players in the championship this year, and we have Just Cope, who always watches the videos. He talks about him every single stream, and we looked at his stats as well. And that guy is like he looks good. He's a really good player, but my concern is he's not going to get sold in the January window. What we've heard through the grapevine is that there's a player who used to play in the Premier League that now plays in the whatever top 5 leagues that could be purchased, right? And the short list for that matched the description was Ruben Loftus-Cheek, who's at Milan, I think. He's at Milan.
Yeah,
and Weston McKennie, who's at Juventus, right?
Juventus,
McKennie played one season on loan for Leeds in the Premier League. So I think there's a chance we go for one of those guys and potentially try to get something done. And for me, to be honest, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, in the Premier League, he wasn't really there yet, but I've seen him play for Milan and he's been a lot better. Could he give Kobe a run for his money in this position? I think so, because he's got that enterprise. He can actually get forward on the ball as well. And he might be looking for that move to potentially get into the England setup as well, right? Ahead of the World Cup. So I think no. I hear you. I hear you, Laundry. But the thing is, he's 6'4", bro.
Yeah, I know he's.
Like, who's the other 6'4" midfielder that England have?
Actually, like very good on the ball for someone.
Yeah, exactly. And he's good at dribbling too. He can actually dribble forward with the ball. He's got good balance for how tall he is.
My understanding of Loftus-Cheek is he's always been more of a attacking player. So I don't know if he comes in and sits in a 2. That would be very weird for me watching Loftus-Cheek.
But Kobe Mainoo's always been an attacking player too.
True, I guess.
Right?
But then why are we just buying one of the same? Why don't we actually just get
the question is
more like
can he be
box-to-box
better than
player.
Ugarte? The question is, can he be better than Ugarte next to Casemiro in a pivot?
Probably,
And I think the answer is yes, because he gives you a lot more. He gives you the height and the strength that Ugarte doesn't have. He's not as good at kind of covering, from behind. Like when someone gets behind him, I don't think he's going to be like Ugarte in terms of chasing them down. But I think he gives us well. Weston McKennie, however, is essentially an upgraded Ugarte, right?
Yeah.
He's passes better. He can get forward. He's box to box. I think, and he could be good. And honestly, every time I see him, he looks like a 5'7" player in a 6'1" body.
I saw that the other day too.
Yeah.
He's 6'1", how?
He's 6'1", bro. I know exactly. Yeah, he looks like he's 5'7". You know what I mean? Like Mbumo, if you asked me, I would have said Mbumo's taller than McKennie.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. But he's also a Swiss Army knife player, good in a sense where, if we have some injuries here and there, he can play almost anywhere apart from like striking. But in terms of Hayden Hackney, I think Hayden Hackney could possibly be a Bruno replacement in the future, just based off what I see around the stats. And I know you compared the stats to Bruno on the stream, and they were actually quite similar on a smaller scale. But I think So if he steps up his game, we could be seen as someone that could actually maybe give us 50% of what Bruno gives us, which is already a lot.
I have a lot of respect for the championship as a league. It's the most intense league in the world. But I think it's too much to hang all our hopes on a championship player, right? Because I always question the fact, why doesn't a Brighton go in for a player like that? He was rumored to be available for 25 or 30 million pounds, So that's my only reservation. Andy, regarding the player that you said that there's noises that we might go in for a player who used to play and is now in one of the top 5 leagues. Here's a player we've kind of looked at earlier. What do you think? Do you think it could be Guendouzi?
He just went. I think he just went to Turkey. Yeah, in this window from Lazio to Turkey, I think they paid like 20-something million for him. So Guendouzi's not going to happen, unfortunately. But that was a good shot for me. Like I think Guendouzi adds a lot of enterprise, right? He's got a good engine on him as well. I think that could have been a good shot for us. But anyways, that's done now. But listen, I also think there's a shout for us getting a midfielder that can give Casemiro a break, right? Because we actually have never seen, or correct me if I'm wrong, if there's been a game where we've seen Casemiro come off the bench. So if we were trying to rotate somebody with Casemiro and Casemiro comes in with that experience to close a game out with the first 30 minutes of energy, but in the last 30 minutes of a game,
he came on
that could set us apart.
Right. He did come on against Brighton. I think Casemiro came on against Brighton.
No. He started against Brighton. Remember, he was on the left wing, interchanging with Cunha and all that. Unless you're talking about the FA Cup.
Yeah, FA Cup.
Oh, yeah. But I'm talking like a Premier League game. Like that was under Fletcher. Like we just lost a manager. Forget that. I'm just saying like a proper game where we're up for it, right? Ash, give us your 2 cents. I'm going to bring in Ravbra here too, because he's been waiting for a while.
Look, in terms of my 2 cents, I think
no, just for the panel.
Yeah, I am absolutely buzzing for the result, but I do feel like we should also take a step back and consider that this doesn't solve any of the outstanding issues that have been in the background in the build-up. So I take it with a pinch of salt. I'm absolutely buzzing that we got this result. The players, it's going to do them a world of good to their confidence. And so for the Arsenal game, that's 3 important points for us, because we still need to make Champions League football, or at least European football. If not Champions, maybe Europa or the Conference. So none of this result doesn't solve any of those issues for me personally. But yeah, I think some activity in the market is a must. But knowing what this board is and how short-sighted they can be on certain aspects, I do have a slight fear that they look at that and think, okay, well, the African boys are back, so we don't care. We seem fine.
What position, Ash, do you think we should prioritize if we do go for somebody?
I think, well, first of all, like you guys were saying, the defensive mid is the pivot is a problem. So we need the reinforcements there essentially, because you can't have Ugarte and Casemiro starting every game, and then the Menu comes on or whatever, some combination of those 3, which is not really what you're looking for in that position. And then I think a right back. Dalot had a good day today, but it's with him. I'm afraid it's more an exception than the norm. Because as I think you were mentioning before, he has some concentration issues. So if he switched on, he's quite good. But I think having some competition for that position would do him some good. And I
mean,
I think go on.
But Mazraoui's coming back. I don't think it's as important as the midfield position. Yeah, we could probably solidify that. But Mazraoui coming back, Mazraoui can do the things that Dalo does at a better level, in my opinion.
But we need to have.
Listen, guys. I think I kind of want to go back to this for a second, just an overall point about the team. At least this is where I'm at. I'd love to hear where you guys are at. I've always felt that the Amarim project was kind of short-term pain for long-term gain.
Yeah.
Right. So we went down a lot. A, to make sure we do something in the Europa League to get in the Champions League, and B, just because we needed to set the culture right. So we got rid of the Rashfords, the Garnachos, the players that thought they were bigger than the club. But eventually, my hope was if we could get through this season, and listen, with Amarim too, we were on track still to get top 4. We were so close, right? In so many cases. Yeah, we were 6th in the league. And, if we go and beat Burnley and maybe win the FA Cup game as well, right? Like things are looking a little bit better. But if we had done that, I thought the ceiling under Amarim would be higher, but the current level of the team would be lower. That was the trade-off that we were making. Right. So do I think somebody like Carrick can come get more out of the team by the end of the season? Absolutely. What I haven't seen from Carrick yet, and obviously it's just been one game. I'm not saying I should have seen that in this game. What I haven't seen from Carrick yet is the ability to unlock the low blocks, the ability to get the team to show up for 5 games in a row even. Right. Because we've seen Amarim do that in that 5-game stretch where we had 3 wins and 2 draws. The team, more or less turned up, right? Because those were games we would have lost last season against Forest and Tottenham, but we didn't. We went and drew that game, even though we had a tough time. So I want to see Carrick show us something for 5 games in a row where we can put up performances. I don't even care if we lose 2 games out of 5, but if we can show a performance, because other teams are allowed to play well, Rishi, right? The problem with our team has been that we consistently don't turn up. And that's why the fan base gets so frustrated, because we see that Everton performance and we're like, well, what the hell is Pep Guardiola couldn't do anything with that performance, right? Just like Pep Guardiola couldn't do anything in today's game. So that's what I'm trying to say, guys. People tend to pretend like, oh, Pep's the best coach, that is still coaching right now. And they say like, oh, they like to pretend like his shit doesn't stink. But the point is, your shit stinks when your players are the ones shitting all over the pitch.
Yeah.
Right. Rav,
I feel like that Everton performance. I feel like that Everton performance will be a stick we always beat the Amarim tenure with, because he could have done so many things in that game to change the outcome, and we win that game, we draw that game, we're outright 4th today. Liverpool just missed a penalty, so we'll definitely be outright 4th today. And for me, I really believe that we picked the right guy this time. I was afraid INEOS was all shy and pray for another 14-game winning streak.
Yeah.
But I'm so happy they picked Carrick. And when it comes to the low block, Carrick's method of defeating the low block, and I think we saw it a little bit today, is Carrick loves the early ball. Carrick loves the early cross. He loves the cross before defenses are set, before blocks get set. So I think we're going to see, most likely against teams like Fulham, and maybe Arsenal. I feel like he might want to go for Arsenal. He might want to go for Arsenal, but I just feel like Carrick's style of play that we've seen, what he did at Middlesbrough, is about early crosses, getting the striker and the number 10 into the box or into positions to receive those early crosses. And I think we saw today with that shot by Dorgu, where Mbemu could have had a shot as well, and a few of the other plays, is that with Amarim, we would have hold the edge of the box. Now with Carrick, he prefers us to play that ball quick. And defensively today, Man City are big on cutting in from the byline. I didn't see that happen once today. If we do that against Arsenal, where we don't allow Saka onto that little corner of the box to do cutbacks. Oh my word! I feel like we are going to definitely finish either second or third. I mean, not second, third or fourth this season.
Not but we did benefit from having Dorgu and Shaw on their wing, on the left wing, and Doku was horrible today, but Doku is more of a cutting guy anyway. So the wing where they usually get the byline, we had two left backs for a long time in the game. Meant that.
Yeah, and we also had, and on the right we had Ahmad, who's also been training as a right wing back.
For sure.
Can I also say, a lot of people will talk about platforming the players and everything like that. What we fail to realize sometimes, and this is not copium, not hopium, like just I have to keep saying this because people eventually are just gonna keep coming back to. There's that one guy who keeps saying cult for Amram in the chat, right? And I appreciate the engagement, bro, but seriously, like I'm just trying to have a conversation about United. The point is, we've talked about a lot of players making a difference for Amram this season, or let's say lack thereof in terms of them turning up. We have not had the Patrick Dorgu we're seeing now for the first 18 games of the season, right? Yes. It's just been the Newcastle onwards where he put the team on his back. And when he did that, we didn't have Bruno, we didn't have Mount, we didn't have Mbumo, we didn't have Ahmad. So this is literally the first game that Dorgu with and with our team, our center backs coming back with Bruno being back from injury. And by the way, give Bruno's wife credit for giving him the food he needs to bounce back so quickly, bro. That's what he eats and drinks, brother. That guy is so dedicated to his body. I feel like his kids are out there crying for ice cream, but there's no back from his hamstring.
The kids got the chocolate bars underneath the pillow.
Yeah, dude. Seriously, like,
dude,
honestly,
Bruno's health is on another level. I honestly haven't seen anything like it. And as much as I believe, like we should have sold and gone Baleba and Elliot Anderson. I was one of those, like, if he stays, I'm happy. If he goes, we better use that money right. Bruno's performance today, I won't lie, was a 7.5 out of 10. Like, for me, the whole team was a 7.5 out of 10. And if you're getting 75% out of all your exams, you are passing. You are passing well. I really feel like,
me personally, I think Maguire was actually one player who was a 9 out of 10 because of. I mean, he's good at it, but his box. And I think
I think Rav's point isn't that there weren't players who were 9 out of 10. His point is that the baseline for the whole team was 7.5, right? Because when you're doing a rate, 6 out of 10 is the average was 7, so it was 8 out, was kind of close to team. But the only 8 out of Lawman's anything. Anything, bro.
But guys,
all he did the one time he had to make a save, Dallo got his foot in front of his hands. So
I wanted to talk about the owners just to show you how incompetent the Glazers and the INEOS. Because I'm not even talking about Glazers. Glazers we already know. Let's talk about INEOS' things right now. INEOS had no backup plan for if Amarim failed. You knew you weren't gonna. You know who you've done a profile on Amarim. It's like Jose Mourinho. You know what Mourinho is gonna do when he comes to his team. To a team, he's gonna talk shit. Excuse my language. He's gonna talk shit. You know, Amarim is a very expressive guy, very emotional guy. You have no backup plan for if it goes south. You don't like. You take to 30 business days to hire an interim. Because of that, we crash out of the cup. Because of that, we lose. We draw with Burnley. A lot of these players didn't turn up for the Burnley and Brighton game. Why didn't they turn up? Because why should I turn up for someone who's here for maybe 2 games. They didn't even know if it was going to be coached. Oh, he's still here. We know. At least they can turn up for Carrick because he's here for 30 games and they need Champions League football to get their bonuses. A lot of these players didn't turn up because INEOS had no backup plan. Carrick could have been appointed the second Amorim was fired. They should have had that plan. Okay, this is who my interim is. We should be discussing who the new manager is in. They should name players for the new manager. I've been abysmal for a club that came from a business side of things, for a club that came from somewhere as organized and meticulous as pharmacy, where they made their money. You need to literally plan 10 to 20 years ahead if you want to do anything in this pharmacy space, in the medical space. For them to have such abysmal future sight is disappointing. So
Lanre,
in this position.
Yeah. Let
Lanre,
me give you guys let me just give you guys an analogy, right? I don't know if you've seen that show Silicon Valley, which is basically about a bunch of tech bros, right? It's a comedy show, HBO comedy, I think.
Oh yeah.
And it's super funny, but there's a character in that who's like an investor for them, right? He's like a short dude.
Russ Hanneman.
Yeah, Russ Hanneman. So he comes in. One of his introduction lines is like, "Oh, I sold a company 10 years ago for $1 billion, and now I'm worth 1.1 billion. You do the math, right?" And so everyone's looking at each other like, "That's not very impressive, bro." That's what Ed Woodward was doing. That's what the Glazers have done. They've taken an institution that was milking it. It's akin to taking over Apple and making them a BlackBerry. You know what I'm saying? That's what they've done, or making them Nokia.
That's crazy,
right? That's what they've done with United. Think about it this way, guys. Right, Rishi? Question for you as well. We see Arsenal, City, Liverpool go from behind us in revenue to now being double what we are. If we had just kept up at the level that we were going with, we would have been the same revenue as Real Madrid right now. Because trust me, based on the language or whatever, if you're in an English-speaking country, more likely you support an English team, right? And United is the team for the English-speaking part of the world. The Spanish-speaking part of the world, the Portuguese speakers, those guys, they really like the Madrids and the Barças, right? That's why every Portuguese player, every Brazilian player, they want to go play for Madrid. They want to go play for Barcelona. But if we had kept up pace, we could have been at, like, instead of 600 million in revenue, like 2 billion by now. Like, we're the Dallas Cowboys. And Dallas Cowboys, for as shit as they've been for so long, they still managed to stay top of the franchise charts for revenue, for net worth, and all of that, right? So that's what I'm saying. We fumbled the bag such big time with these owners. It's that, like, they don't deserve
these owners,
they don't deserve that victory today.
They don't.
These owners have really sold us short. I mean, Sir Jim came out talking about best in class, and we were all blindsided when it was happening. Omar Barada was going to be the next CEO of Man City. Jason Wilcox going to be the next sporting director of Real Madrid. Yeah, well, he wasn't the current. Neither of them were the current. They fired the only person who said, "Guys, I don't know if Emerim's going to work because of A, B, C, D, E, or G." And they fired the only best in class person and kept the finder guys, the guys who were still trying to figure out the job. So it's like, new owner of big club, Sir Jim, new sporting director, previously working at Southampton, which are getting relegated. Oh, CEO, possibly. Omar Barada, interesting. That's not best in class. Best in class is going to get cheeky. Best in class is going to get cheeky, Bergestein. Or somebody along those lines.
Or even Hugo Viana, dude. Hugo Viana.
Yeah.
When you go get Amorim, why not get his second in command?
Yeah. But now you see, but now, what I hope will happen now is because INEOS, they with me, they have a little bit of grace because they've got some really important decisions, right? They've been good in the transfer market, not great, not amazing. They've been good. They don't have any fives, except for Ugarte. And I just feel like right now, at the point that we are at now, we really need to.
But Ralph,
Honestly,
can I
we need to
can I
sack.
can I just
We
give
need
my
to
2
sack
cents on that?
Wilcox.
Yeah,
We need
yeah.
to sack Wilcox.
I'll give you my 2 cents on that because I appreciate you bringing that context into the conversation about how much, like, how do we evaluate INEOS, right? That's a really important question for us fans to answer right now. And for me, the problem with INEOS is the grace that you're talking about. That's akin to, I mean, this is going to sound like a crazy analogy, but that's akin to like a murderer giving to charity. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, giving to charity is good, and you should
It's
be
good.
doing that. But you're also a
But
criminal.
that doesn't wash your sins.
Yeah,
it doesn't wash your
you're
sins.
still a criminal for what you did with Ruben Amorim. Because trust me on this, for all the good that we've done. Because let's talk about the culture, right? Like, INEOS have been part of the cultural reset. They have empowered Ruben Amorim to get rid of the players that we needed to get rid of, and all of those things. But the problem still is that getting rid of Amorim in that way, not backing Amorim in that way, has been a big issue, right? And I can't get away from that because, listen, I agree with you. Like, Dan Ashworth was the guy saying, listen, if we play 3 at the back, it's going to be a problem. The amount of players we need, it's going to be a problem, right? But then Dan Ashworth was also the guy who was like, go get Gareth Southgate. And Dan Ashworth was the guy.
Ashworth was saying get Frank. He was saying get Frank. That's why he got fired.
Okay, sure, but like Frank. Even Frank, right? The problem with Frank is he wouldn't be looking as bad as he looks at Tottenham, because I've said it before. Problem with Tottenham is they have luxury players and they've brought in a coach who plays with grafters. Yeah. Right? That's the problem with Frank. Yeah. And right, they're losing to West Ham right now, by the way. This is El Sacico. Yeah, in El Sacico, they're losing 1-0 at halftime, if I'm right.
So Garnacho missed the most open goal. You know,
you're watching the highlights.
Getting rid of Garnacho was not one of them. That guy is doo-doo cheeks. Oh my God. He just missed open goal.
No, I'm sad about Garnacho. I'm honestly disappointed that the club let Garnacho go. But
no, man, come on, no.
He had Nico Ronaldo in the sense of Dorgu.
No. Listen. I feel like
no.
I feel like Garnacho, first of all, is a young footballer, and if he had the right guidance, my issue with Garnacho is that he didn't have the right guidance. Like, the guy delivered for Chelsea 2 days ago. Yes, he just
the guidance he needs is not to make his not to ask his barber for a Pratt haircut every time. Okay, he looks like a Pratt with that gold tips and the dumb haircut. Like he needs to get that out of his face.
I'm so sorry.
Also, Rav, the Aston Villa T-shirt with the Rashford on the back. Come on, bro. We can't let those things go.
And just to add, like, when Amorim got sacked, he was like one of the first people to acknowledge that post from the professional side of football. I can't look past that. I'm sorry. That's just a stinky attitude. Come on.
I have an excuse for Garnacho, and it comes to where Amorim was talking about. I don't want to bring young players into this team. I think the leadership group at United failed Garnacho, and here's why. There was a leak that came out that a lot of these young players, they idolized who? Who do you think that? Who did they idolize? It wasn't even a leak. It was just
Rashford.
It wasn't Rashford. It was Sancho. Sancho, he used to go to the youth games. He was friends with a lot of them, so they idolized Sancho. Look at how Sancho turned out for United. When you idolize someone like who are your role models in life, right? Who are the people you follow? Who are the people you go to for advice? I think everything a lot of these young players did that where even I think some of the stuff Maino's done, I think it's from who they idolize. And I think Sancho...
Even Rashford. Rashford was part of that, right? Because actually Rashford used to idolize and be best friends with Lingard. And Lingard and Pogba were super tight and they were doing the dancing thing. But it gets worse, right, with each generation of those people. Because Lingard, as much as he liked to dance and do all that nonsense, he was cold on the pitch. He was one of the best trainers. He was the most fit players on the team. And he scored big goals in big games for us. And listen, our expectations for the team were also different back when Lingard was still here, right? Because when Mourinho was playing, Lingard was one of the main players. We were still trying to win the league. Even under Oli, we were still trying to go and win the league.
Yeah.
So Devo66 says guys need to move on from Amorim and look forward. Absolutely, and that's what we've done, right? We're
listen, guys.
Guys,
we're gonna be discussing Amorim for the next 3 months at least. Like, Amorim did a lot of good work. Today's performance is based on what Amarim did. The guys had good energy. The culture at the club is better. Like, I don't know how, like, we had Lisandro Martinez and Maguire in the back line for the first time since when? You understand me? So, like, Lisandro Martinez is so essential to how Man United play football. Like we had him back for a full 90 minutes, like, for the first time. So for me, it's like, Mazraoui's coming back. Once Mazraoui's back, like Man United's gonna become impenetrable. You know, Shaw, shit. Oh my word. Shaw, the best left back in the world, is finally able to show why he's the best left back in the world for more than 18
Also,
games.
Rav, here's the thing with Luke Shaw, right? Because how well Dorgu's playing now, we can start Dorgu and Shaw on that left-hand side consistently. If Shaw is unfit or unwell or overweight or whatever his problems are, we can just put Dorgu at left back.
Dorgu.
I want to see
Dorgu back at left back.
striking or full strike.
And that's very true. And that's very true. Like, I feel like the team that Amarim had before he got sacked versus the team Carrick is going to have are two different teams. And results and the results are always going to be clouded by the fact that this guy's got a fit Lisandro Martinez and he's playing short left back.
Guys, we have to catch a flight at 6 a.m. tomorrow, and it is currently, what time is it? 9:30. So let's get one player, right? An actual player name, not position, that you guys would like to sign this window, and at least give something to Carrick. I'll tell you what, Michael Carrick, Ruben Amorim, whoever the coach is, they deserve one player to be added to the squad. And then I don't want to hear any excuses. If it's for loan, whatever, get me a good player that can fit into this team. Give me a player. Lanre, let's start with you.
Oh, you want to start with me? Dude, probably say Ederson, you know, just because I need someone with energy, you know. I think the Ruben Neves thing is dead. They said they're not doing Ruben Neves. So they obviously want someone in the top leagues. So I think Ederson.
Rav, let's hear from you.
Yeah, I agree with Lanre, man. If you can't get Baleba, if like Baleba is impossible, like if you don't have 85 million pounds, then Ederson. We definitely need somebody there in the midfield. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is a good shout, but we already have Mainu, and today's performance is kind of like, maybe let's give him time. I feel like we need somebody, a Nugate, who can pass the ball. I feel like if we can just get a Nugate who can pass the ball, amen.
Ash, let's hear your shout.
I'll say Ederson. I think we need to make it clear in this transfer window, if we can, that we are not going to stick around if you're going to drag out negotiations, which I think is one thing that I have to complain about for our transfer market strategy. Like, we will hear these rumors about, you know, we want Baleba, we want Semenyo, and then nothing concrete materializes. We make an offer and they just keep dragging it out in the hope that we panic and then we overpay. So it would be good if we can get someone in this time, because that sets a good precedent for the summer. You say, look, we wanted this guy, you said no, so we just went and got that other person. So I think, just something quick. And if Ederson is the quick person, then for me, that's perfect. And then, yes, as these guys are saying, he brings in that energy. Which just as a final comment, do you guys think that the physical attributes have picked up a bit in the team? Because I remember on Discord, someone said, I don't think they keep this intensity for the full game. But to be fair, I mean, some of them were tired. Agreed. But Ahmad is coming back from AFCON. But the overall fitness, I think, has shot up in the team. They could run, they could keep up.
It's a big block.
Ash, can I ask you a question? Can I take your mind back to the last time we had a full 90-minute intensity? Can you tell me which game that was?
I don't even know. I can't remember, honestly.
We've already talked about it. Yeah, go ahead, Rav.
Go on.
Brighton.
And what was the other game before that?
Liverpool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Liverpool and Brighton were two games where we did it. Now we could see that today. We could see it against Arsenal as well. The question is, what's going to happen against Fulham?
Fulham is the real.
Fulham is the real.
Fulham is the real test.
If they do it for 4 games a season, bro, that's just over 10% of the games.
Mm-hmm.
Fair.
Rishi and Andy,
right?
Rishi and Andy. I just want to know, Rishi and Andy, are you guys okay with a loss against Arsenal? Right
Depends
now,
on the
would you take
performance. Depends on the performance.
I need a draw. Good performance, but we lose 1-0. Gyökeres
I'd be
bundles
okay
it
with
in.
that.
no. Jokic can't score
I'd be
against
okay with that.
No, I agree.
No, Landre. Here's
No
the thing.
Jokeres
Here's the
goal.
thing,
Come
man.
on.
Here's the thing. Here's why I'm saying I'll be okay with that. It's because for me, it's more important for me to see the intensity in every game, the urgency from the players, and to see repeatable, scalable things, right? Because that performance today is repeatable and scalable. There's nothing difficult in terms of the instructions for the players, right? There's nothing fantastic they need to do to keep repeating that, right? So that is possible. That's doable. And we can get top 4 every year if we want. The question is, can we win the league with that type of play, right? But that's, conversation for another time, though. We're like 10 steps behind that. Now, Rishi, we've seen all of their players. I think all 3 of them said Ederson.
Yeah.
Who's your player?
Yeah, I don't really see any good option beyond Edison. We haven't been linked to any solid options, right? We've just been like, City have gone and swept up a Semenyo and a Gehi, like the top available centre back and the top available forward, right? And we are like hearing snatches of conversation that possibly a guy who played in the Premier League at one point of time, who now plays in one of the top 5 leagues, might be coming to United. So among the names that we've been linked to, I think Edison is the strongest possibility and the best player among the options. So I think that's the one name that we should go for.
So, guys, I'm a little disappointed. Okay, we got 4 Edersons here. I got the guy sitting next to me. Hearing 3 other people say Ederson, he goes with Ederson as well. So I'll give you guys a new name. Okay, I want us to go get Marco Senesi. I think, and I'll explain my reasoning.
Okay.
We have 4 players that can play at center back that are extremely injury prone, 2 of which at least will be letting go in the summer, right? Marco Senesi right now, with 6 months left on his contract, is free to talk to any of the clubs that he wants to talk to for moving in the summer that are not Premier League clubs. But listen, there's voodoo, juju, whatever you want to do. I'm sure there's ways we can reach out to his agents and be like, chill, bro, we'll come get you in the summer. Or, we'll just pay the money to Bournemouth, right? Because we can go through the club still and pay them the money, just like City did it with Gehi. So I think for 10 or 15 million, getting Senesi through the door is essentially a Harry Maguire replacement who's 3-4 years younger than him. And we let Maguire go in the summer. So we're just getting him in a little bit early. And that gives us a little bit more assurance in terms of a senior center back. And for me, I think we let go of Maguire. We potentially try to sound out options for Luke Shaw. We potentially try to sound out options for Martinez, Matthijs de Ligt, because all 4 of these players are extremely injury prone. Now, the problem is with my shout, the club isn't ambitious enough to make a move like that. That's the type of move that Real Madrid does. That's the type of move that Man City does. That is the right move, in my opinion.
Andy, when I play FM, the all you named, those are my first sales. Those are all my first sales. Even on the latest version, those are all my first sales. Martinez, De Ligt, Maguire, like they're all my first sales. Good players. Martinez only because of his injury prone, but De Ligt because he's not a passer the way we need a passer. Maguire because he's way past his best. Casemiro because he's way past his best. He's a 65-minute player. Bruno's the 5th player I sell because he's the most profitable asset. And then I go and I buy Jamal Musiala. so
if you cleared out injury-prone players for another injury-prone player?
Hey, but Musiala though. But
guys, I hear those Andy good shout about Senesi. I want to really quickly get in your predictions for the Arsenal game real quick. Just tell me the scoreline. What do you think is going to happen?
I think if they keep up this
intensity,
I think if they keep up this intensity, it's a win. I mean, based off what we saw today, I want to win now because we know these guys can bring out the intensity in the big games. I predict a win, but I fully expect them to park the bus against us, even if it's at Emirates, just so that they can scam a win on a set piece. That's my opinion.
Okay, Rav, what's your prediction for the scoreline?
My prediction is 3-1 Man United. I feel like Carrick is gonna go for Arsenal. I feel like he might have a little bit of confidence from the time he played them, and I feel like he's just gonna go for them. So I feel like Arsenal are gonna get caught slipping early, and then they're just gonna be open for the rest of the game, and that's where we're gonna get the other two. I feel like we're gonna score early, and then the other two are just gonna come from Arsenal being caught upfield.
All right,
Okay.
Rishi, your prediction?
I think it's going to be a 1-1, and I'm right now happily.
I'll be happy with a 1-1 as well, Rishi.
Well, we were
You
saying
Andy?
one. We were saying 1 point from City and Arsenal. We already have 3 times that today. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, guys. I think it's a 2-1 win.
Oh, damn.
It's a 2-1 win. I predicted the same scoreline, and I'll tell you why. I think I'll tell you why too, right? You know, when you've been, I don't know, in like physics lab or something when you're growing up, and you keep trying something, you're doing exactly what the professor says, and it just doesn't work. The battery's out of the device, or like some materials you're trying to mix don't mix the way they're supposed to. And the second you call for help and you try it yourself, it just works in front of the teacher. You know what I'm saying? That's the feeling I have right now. Is we've been thinking the same players trying to play well in games, and just the things weren't working for us, right? That Dalot tackle is probably Casemiro making that tackle, who gets sent off if Amarim is the manager, right?
Yeah.
And so I think this is a game where, you know how Arteta and all them have been scamming their way by, you know, doing the juju on the goalkeeper and all that nonsense. We tried that today. Maguire almost scored against Scam, 2 goals out of that game. The performance isn't going to be as good as the City performance, because Arsenal aren't going to be as bad as City, right? They're going to be at home. They're going to be turned up, and they're going to want to capitalize on City dropping points against a team that they wouldn't have expected them to drop points against. So Arsenal are going to be up for it, but we're going to scam our way through that game. 2-1 victory for United. Glory, glory, United. Guys, we'll end the stream on that note, and we'll see you guys later, man. I don't know when the next stream is going to be. I'm going to be wearing like Indian traditional outfits for the next 2 days because I'm at a wedding, some fancy wedding. So maybe I'll just join in from there and talk to you guys for 30 minutes. Get our thoughts in, because I'm sure.
Give us a 30-minute stream from the wedding.
Paul Scholes and Nicky Butt need somebody else to complain about, right? And so, so we'll see. They're gonna come out with something, and we'll just react to that. But thank you guys so much, man. Rav, appreciate you, brother. Ash, appreciate you. Rafael, Landre, everybody who joined in for the call-in show. And yeah, man, we got to do an in-person stream finally. So let's go
for a United win in the Manchester derby.
Big up Footy with an edge, eh? Big up Footy with an edge.
Yes, let's go, man. Big up the community. Peace out.
Glory, glory,
yeah,
Man
guys.
United.
Glory, glory, Man United. See you.
See ya.
GGMU.